Medeama defense, just picking out no one at all, and he just decided to try his luck from that distance. But you would really enjoy Chelsea, with how they've played so far in this game. Barring that goal, they considered they barely put their foot wrong.
Jonah Tukwe to take the Berekum Chelsea corner. Atukwe bends one to the far post. Oxbon's header goes outside for a goal kick here at the Golden City Park.
It's just fair to say we've not seen Chelsea at their best with the free kicks and then also the corner kicks, the set pieces. Not really seen them threaten Medeama with it.
Seen Chelsea's captain Anani go down after that corner was taken. Jonah Tukwe. We've seen some flashes of brilliance, but he's not really lived up to it, Jonah Tukwe, in the opening 32 minutes.
We've not seen much from him. Yeah, the pace now has been used to perfection, but on the right-hand side, we've seen more of Anane, who's really done so well. But you also credit Jonah Tukwe for the assist, to his attacker, who just got them the equalizer.
Berekum Chelsea anticipating early substitutions. I've seen the likes of Richard Osei, Charles Ajiman, Kluwe J, all warming up on the sidelines. Here is Mubarak Youssef, turns one in for Kingsley Braye. Salim heads it down. Mensah. Sinedu. The surprising Sinedu simply failed to make the mark at Kotoko, only to find his rhythm and rediscover himself in Berekum with Chelsea.
Yeah, but it doesn't take away his quality as a player. He does what he does on a regular basis, and he does it so well.
Poor pass from Manuel Mante, trying to pick Kelvin and Nkrumah out.
Talk about a change in system, and we've not seen Braye in action quite a lot, especially playing as a low striker with Salim Adams playing in that hole. Seeing him with one assist already to Kelvin and Nkrumah, but nothing exciting from Braye so far.
Anane, Marvin Owusu, Jonah Tukwe, Bakil Sito, Abedu. Abedu swings in across. Abubakar goes in with the header, but it's not connecting well. Great interception from Fatal Sulemana from that ball by Mensah. Now Medeama will turn defense into attack. Here comes Derek Forjo. He swapped wings with Kelvin and Nkrumah, and now playing from the left-hand side. He's up against Oxbourne, swings in across, it's straight to Eriko for re-entry.
And that's all they want now, Medeama. They're playing with two wide, players, very, very fast-pacey as well. And once Chelsea managed to turn that ball over in the third half, then they expect that quick counter from Medeama Sporting Club. It's been so quick from them. They're not holding on to the ball more. We've seen Chelsea rather dictating the pace and Medeama rather hitting them on the break.
Berekum United have equalized at the Nana for Sujiabo against Dreams FC. It's Berekum United 1, Dreams 1 in another game that can define the relegation battle. Kingsley Braye up against Ewa Mensah. All the way back to Fatal Sulemana. Felix Cheto, Amu Mensah. Salim beats Tinedu to it, but referee Moro, there was a push on the part of Salim Adams on Samuel Tinedu, and Tinedu gets the advantage.
He's the one controlling affairs in the middle for Chelsea now. He feels there wasn't enough in it. Well, you could see that tagging there, Salim and his teammate Mante right there. You have Tinedu in between them. He's just a good playmaker.
Young Apostles are 2-0 up against Vision in Wenchi. Another game that has a big impact on who goes out to the first division next term.
And it's interesting how most of the games played across the various match centers have got a huge bearing on who goes down later in the season, especially the one we have here.
Derek Fojo for Medeama onto the path of Manu Mante. Back to Fojo. Sulemana wants it and he gets it. Manu Mante, good 1-2 between Mante and Fojo, but flag goes up for offside against Derek Fojo.
He fails to time his run. Derek Fojo, very, very pacey there. I think the replay suggests otherwise. He's just lightning quick as a winger, Fojo. He can count a handful of defenders who would always want to contest a 1v1 with him.
Yes, certainly that's a foul on Anani. There was a big push on him by Fatal Sulemana. And Fatal has gotten himself injured in the process. So there we go. Just a push on his back and he falls down heavily and awkwardly. Fatal. Chelsea free kick. Hannah takes it. Flicked on by Oxbourne. Whacked away by Mante. And that's a clumsy challenge on Ewa Mensah by Kingsley Braye. Referee Dr. Imoro Osman has reached his pocket. It's a yellow card to Kingsley Braye for that challenge on Michael Ewa Mensah.
Yeah, and Ibrahim Tanko will be fuming. He'll be very disappointed. We've not really seen, quite a lot from Kingsley Braye in attack, but to give away this foul and then also a yellow card, just look at that. Ewa just attempt to clear that one. Just comes into contact with him.
Braye gets a yellow card for that rush challenge on the Chelsea centre-back. These fans have turned up very impressively this afternoon, knowing very well that their survival chances very much depend on the outcome of this game.
Yeah, you talk about the stakes being high. They understand it. Literally, they know what it means to win in today's game. And like you rightly mentioned, those 3 points in that game against Ahoy will certainly add up to it. But they need the points now. It's imminent. And I think they need the support of the fans as well. And I've just been wowed by what I've seen this afternoon here in a midweek fixture at the Golden City Park.
Here is Anane, disappointing from the captain. So, some information out there indicates that the Berekum Chelsea board and management decided to open the gates free for fans to turn up in their numbers. One in solidarity with Dominic Frimpong in a way to honor him and also to show how important this game is for them as they hope to stay in the Premier League for another season. Ball across the line and for Joe. Clearly can't question referee Imoro for that decision.
Well, he's had no support at the left-hand side of attack for Medeama. No, today we've not really seen Fatal Suleiman pump for it. Like in the last game on Sunday against Coast Stars, where he had acres of space to roll and operate in.
Jakasu. Suleimana. Sends in across. Brian controls. Referee whistles. Claims there was a handball against Brian. Brian surprised.
Yeah, clearly just controls that with his arm.
Very dangerous tackle by Yao Osei on Anani. Yao Osei gets the yellow card for that challenge on Prince Anani.
Yeah, again, it would see so much force from the right back on a Berekum Chelsea winger. Again, you know, it's a matchup we're really severing, but you know, for the defender to be on a yellow card, I think it wouldn't bode well for him.
Some 3 minutes away from the break here in Berekum. It's 1-1 between Chelsea and Medeama. Medeama stunned Chelsea with the opening goal by Kelvin Nkrumah, only for Seydou Abubakar to equalize. Here is Kelvin Nkrumah, the Medeama goal scorer. He finds Manuel Mante. Squeezes one for Kingsley Braye. Another bad challenge on Prince Anani. Braye is already on a yellow. Another card will mean Braye is going off. Yeah. I think Imoro might be charitable.
Yeah, he would. Braye already fled the scene, but he's been called back by Imoro, and that's more like a wrestling challenge. Or just look at that. Just wondering what he was just thinking. There was no way he was winning that ball. Just look at that. Just clips him, knowing very well that he's on the yellow card.
And Imoro has been merciful on Kingsley Braye.
When you have the protest from the Chelsea players, you know, asking for that second yellow. Perhaps the frustration with Braye just so obvious now.
Here is Jack Basu to Fojo. Now Fatal. Amu Mensah picks out Salim Adams. He's been quiet in the last 8 to 10 minutes. We've hit the 45th minute mark and we're doing 2 additional minutes. Chelsea 1, Medeama 1 at the Golden City Park in Berekum. Confirmation of additional minutes by fourth referee Maxwell Hansen. Here is Mubarak Youssef. Now Kelvin Nkrumah swings in across, away by Mensah. Now Jakasu. Marvin Owusu gives it away. Nkrumah go all the way back to his goalkeeper, Felix Che. Here is Kelvin Nkrumah, goes past Oxbourne. He's got Yao Se on his right. He goes into the middle and finds Braye. His effort is blocked by Mensa. Here is Seydou Abubakar. Jonah Tukwe goes past Sulemana. Here is Jonah Tukwe. Slows down a bit. He wants support, obviously. And he finds it in Mensah. Heavy touch by the right back. Medeama will take over. And it's a free kick. Foul against the Chelsea right back, Mensah.
It's the easiest free kick I've seen the referee give away. You can see the frustration on the part of Savo Buedu. It was a simple attacking move that could have ended, maybe in a half chance for them right before the whistle goes, and he just, squandered that.
Dr. Imoro Osman whistles to bring the first half to an end here at the Golden City Park in Berekum. Medeama were the first to score through Kelvin Nkrumah, but Chelsea responded and got that equalizer through Abubakar Seydou. Chelsea slightly on top of this game, taking it to Medeama right from the onset. Medeama warmed themselves into the game and it became balanced from that equalizer. Medeama have 56% of possession against Chelsea's 44, with 2 shots on target, 1 corner for the home side, 2 yellow cards apiece. Half-time at the Golden City Park in Berekum. Outstanding matchday 30 fixture here. It is Berekum Chelsea 1, Medeama Sporting Club 1.
They said limits were real, then someone ran faster, jumped higher, flew further. They said pressure breaks people, then someone stood taller, dug deeper, delivered when it mattered most. Now Africa's finest come to Accra, not to participate, to go faster, to push further, to rise higher, to leave marks that last. This is honor, this is pride. This is heart under pressure. This is Accra. The stage is set. Are you ready? The 24th African Senior Athletics Championships. Feel the heat.
I had beat homeopathy clinic. Ejuma meye oni akuma yarba. Akuma yarba no dos. Ibi wo kwa osende owo cardiomegaly. Anede wako mo waka chende owo left ventricular hypertrophy. Anem po de owo problem bi nkofu pin wo fa na arrhythmia. Ni nyinara no ya akuma yarba. Baby papa oni send obi biare ni ho a oze akuma yarba oza aba ha wako gen.
Uti fie eyedin. Ade na wo tina ho ama akoma yare aka wato dem. E wo so utumi sori waka na wo ko onwuma so. Fa akoma yare no fa bedan ni ma yanwi akoma yare ne ho emma. Entina fie emma akoma yare ne nka ho to dem. Bra Heartbeat Homeopathic Clinic.
Eba mo boa ododo. Meso mo boa ododo.
Grab your share of $4 million cedis worth of prizes in the Ongalicious Abin Wahab promo. 20 empty promo sachets and 20 promo wrappers. Abina, I'll be back soon. Martha. Rose, Abina, wait. So if all of us are here, then who is home taking care of the guests?
Where is everyone?
Sister, we also came to win from the Ongalicious Abin Wahab promo.
Everyone is a winner. All you need is 20 Onga powder promo sachets and 20 Onga tablet promo wrappers. Submit them at any redemption center near you. You receive a scratch card. Your unique code will be sent to the short code and instantly you win. Promo runs from April 15th to July 15th. Terms and conditions apply. This advert is FDA approved.
Ladies, we have tried it all. Staying still there and no softness after wash. I think it's time to call Agent B29.
B29, B29, B29. Washing powder with a soft.
Ladies,
It's time to experience the power of B29.
It's washing time. B29 has a softener. Pour and let soap and see. Foam. No matter the water, B29 they work. Your white clothes will be whiter. Your color will be brighter. Softener will move the B29. Washing powder with a softener.
Mission accomplished.
B29 softens fabrics, easy iron, and leaves the clothes smelling fresh.
It's taking me years to achieve what you see on my farm today. Nam wo mu achinchinche bi wa asase so. Ti se esre nchenchema abreche bodu se eni de keka ho nyina. E madavo bi o. Won kanfo Govern Plus we decide mami. Na eye duro tatahwe. He esisi asase no ma asase no ye akono. Na bibia beduo aso bia so eye fe. Hwemabrofu e. On say aye from. Essence Govern Plus eye eduro tatahwe ntin. Aya me kanfo ma me namfo akuafo nyina. Govern Plus ye mo Ayiko Paula Wamantem,
Get Govern Plus, available in all agrochemical shops nationwide, or call Rainbow. Rainbow, all about growing. This advert is approved by the EPA.
Africa! Ghana! If it 12 May, was it 17th May 2026? Atlantis Mwakuku Dame wa Africa nyina Bonchenku our University of Ghana Stadium. Oh yeah! Get ready! The 24th African Senior Athletics Championship. Atela nyina ba. Adiabe boni wa track and field on the so. Watch 1 and 4 Isaac Mawala. Fet Kipiagon fi Kenya. Yaya Dem to se Paula Mwa. And Benjamin Azamati. The 2026 Senior African Athletics Championship. Our Ghana ha. If it 12 May, was it 17th May? Empire Bejo University of Ghana Stadium. Nimekuasu Yasana. Hoshi International and Apiva Ghana Limited. Jumadi. Powered by the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, the Confederation of African Athletics, and the Ghana Athletics Association.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yadiaba. Efia 1 2 3. Achedi efie ba ko pe. Yadiafi yakase awo ye enapa eye. Posome nkron akwantu enna fom kra. Enunti na efia 1 2 3. Yadwen mo ho ne yade eniama we nyina aba. Ese beto bi koma wo maame. This Mother's Day, ade bia wo pese woto e de che wo maame e ma nanije. Enuane efia 1 2 3. Bia na wo maame no modoso. Ye wholesale. Anasa wo pese woto ma nipa baako. Eno so ye retail.
The telephone number is 025 730 2155. Efia 1 2 3 ana.
Happy Mother's Day to the whole USA.
Nana, I couldn't sleep the whole of the night.
This is my promise.
Wow.
But Dana Krunkrum.
I love that.
A police was Samoti and Khan and Tia and Sakana say, Yatis Yamon for so on with you. Yes, sir, Munya be found here.
And Tum, what did you try to move?
We need holy insecticide spray.
Be happy, we have finished them all.
Yes, spray on me. We were trying 15 minutes and some more running. Name on what you want in yes. When you quell,
it's here. When you quell, more team from a mobile.
Holy multi-purpose spray and coil, and Tontom Police. This advert is FDA approved.
Second half, but I've been joined by the assistant coach of Medeama, Pius Gura. Pius, it's 1-0 at the moment. You scored an early goal, but it was Berekum Chelsea who were on the front foot. Your passing has been sloppy as well. What is actually accounting for that?
Yeah, so I think, like you said, we had an early goal, but then it's rather unfortunate. I think we just gave it a simple goal like that. But I believe, like you're saying, we're not getting the passing well because of the nature of the pitch. But then I think now we stand the fact that we also have to play, we have to manage how it is and then play. So as we're going for the recess, we're going to, adapt to our strategy and then see how we can best solve this situation.
What should change from you? Is it the system or personnel that needs to change?
Well, it's mentality and then character.
Well, let's see what happens in the second 45 minutes. Pius Gura, he is the assistant coach of Medeama. I've been joined by the team officer of Berekum Chelsea, Emmanuel Nkrumah as well. I mean, you started well, but you conceded and came back strongly. It looks like the mentality of the team for this game is up there.
Yeah, we came in stronger. We started it well, and then they had their good, but we have equalized. Still, we have to prove a point that we have to win this game. So we are going to do everything possible to win this game. The game is not easy, but still we have to prove that we are Berekum Chelsea, and we are going to win this game.
You have been on the ascendancy in terms of ball possession and passing. What needs to change in the second half if you want to win this game?
No, today we are not even possessing more because we want to score goals, so we don't need to possess. We have to do more attacking football so that we can score goals. No, we need goals, not even a goal. We need goals, so we have to play more in attack. Then we win.
Well, let's see what happens.
All right, you're welcome back. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for staying with us. It's half time from the Golden City Park, and the two teams are sharing the spoils as they enter the break. Coming out shortly for the second 45, we've also heard from the officials of both teams what their thoughts are going into the second half. Nanedu, what do you make of the first half, your observations?
I think Medeama started well. The first goal for Kelvin Nkrumah helped them because it took about 15 minutes for Berekum Chelsea to get back into the game. So the first goal did the trick for Medeama, Kelvin Nkrumah. We spoke about it before the start of the game that, the midfield of the Medeama team, if they're able to possess the ball very well and give the passes to the wingers, that is our areas that they can utilize around the Berekum Chelsea defense. So that pass from Salim Adam did the trick. To spot a player in between one lateral defender and one central defender and give that pass to Kelvin Nkrumah to score from that angle. I think Salim Adam is improving from those angles. We know the strength of Salim Adam that, he's a dead ball situation player and, of course, can score from free kicks and stuff. So for him to give that pass to Kelvin Nkrumah to score, the tapping from Kelvin Nkrumah did the trick in the first 15 minutes of the game for Medeama. Berekum Chelsea were smart enough to come back into the game, and I think they deserve that particular goal.
Coach, I have not been particularly happy with a few things. One of them being the field. I think the field has not really helped. We've seen a lot of faulty passes. We've seen a lot of faulty dead ball situations. We've seen a lot of not a lot, but we've seen some reckless tackles here and there. I think it has not augured well for both sides, especially for the visiting team, because, of course, Berekum Chelsea know the field too well.
Yes. And it's bad to watch pitches like this on TV. I mean, we are selling our football, and for me, I think that even the environment alone is not good to be watched on TV. I think that Chelsea started very well, tried to put pressure on Medeama, and the Medeama defense were a bit jittery. But along the line, Medeama had that opening opportunity, pass from Salim Adams through the middle for Kelvin Nkrumah. I loved his first control before placing the ball at the other side of the net, and it was a very good goal. But Medeama could have calmed down. They were still jittery, but I think that Chelsea long balls to the back line of Medeama was the one which was worrying Medeama. Yeah, was say the right back was struggling. Amu and then Mubarak, communication was also disturbing them. So in terms of clearing their lines, they were finding it difficult to clear. And Chelsea were multiplying by sending the long balls. So you clearly see that Chelsea were not playing the midfield. When the ball goes to the midfield, Samuel Tenedu gets the ball, he's trying to swing to the wings. And of course, from the centre backs to their leading marksman, that is Seydou Abubakar, a former Carrera, a former 11 Wonders Samatex striker. I mean, he broke his leg. So he sat down for a year before joining Samatex, but he couldn't play with Samatex, so he has to be offloaded, and he came to Berekum Chelsea. So he has to use his strength and stretch. But I think that God knows that Pasu, though he's not a centre back, I felt that he could have done something better. His reaction towards that ball was a bit late for the striker to be able to tap the ball beyond.
But I also think that Chelsea did well to get themselves back into the game.
They were in the game. It was run of play before Medeama scored. They were still in the game. They were sending the long balls behind the Medeama backline because they saw the Medeama backline were jittery. Yeah. And for me, I thought that at that level, Medeama shouldn't be jittery. You were up by a goal. In as much that Medeama built from the back, the pitch is not helping them. Though it's not helping both teams, but Chelsea have advantage because that is where they play their games. They normally train. Sometimes they can even train there. So you clearly see that. Let's send the balls behind their two centre backs, and of course you clearly see the marking from the Medeama centre backs is very poor. Yeah. And I think that has caused Medeama for them to concede that goal. But apart from that goal, Chelsea has gone on to do. But I think Medeama is now calm. Yeah. You remember the assistant coach spoke about it. Yeah. It's about what? Attitude, and that is what and character. That is what they need to look at. Because Medeama is playing, Chelsea is playing, but Chelsea is using one advantage to Medeama's disadvantage, sending the long balls to the back line. And Seydou Abubakar is very strong. So you could clearly see that Amo and Yusuf Mbarik are not communicating. So who goes in and who drops? Sure. Who goes in and who drops? And for me, I think that they really need to communicate very well because God knows Jack Pasu is missing in the game. He's silent, but he's playing. And of course, Manuel Mante. So he's left it. Salim Adams alone. So every time he gets the ball, he tries to send the ball wide instead of surging forward to be able to even shoot at goal. 45 minutes, no shot from Salim Adams. Somebody who is playing as an offensive behind the striker, the main striker. They has not shot at goal. Well, for me, I think it's very bad.
Well, it's been tough for the current league leaders. It's not been as smooth sailing as they would have wished. But of course, Berekum Chelsea will not also sit home and wait for you to bring the game to them. They would also open up. They are very used to the field, as we said, and so you realize that they use a lot of the long balls to get men into open spaces and try and create passes as they go through. Let's see what's happening at the other venues in terms of the results, and there we go. So it's still 1-1 at halftime at the Golden City Park. BBNE Gold Stars are up ahead, 2 goals to the good against FC Samatex. No score from the Accra Sports Stadium between Hearts and Karela. And then at halftime, it's Swedro All Blacks who are leading by 2-0 against 11 Wonders. And it looks like Kasim Mingelo Kansi really has things sorted out for Swedro All Blacks, at least as far as the halftime is concerned. Young Apostles are also leading comfortably at home by 2-0 against Vision, and it's going to be a tall order for Vision playing away. Bechem United are currently trailing 0-1.
It's 1-1.
It's 1-1 now. Okay, so Bechem United 1, Dreams FC 1. That's the latest update from the Nana Fosuji Park. Let's go to Holy Stars, where Baseke Holy Stars are leading Aduana by 1-0 at halftime. And it's Nations who are up by 1 against Heart of Lions. The match is being played at the Pando Stadium. These are the halftime results, and the confirmation is 1-1 from the Nana Fosuji Park, Bechem United and Dreams FC. We'll be crossing over to the Golden City Park for the second 45. But Coach, before we do that, do we see a winner at the end of the game based on what we have seen in the first half, and also based on what the technical brains have said at halftime? Are we going to see any changes, personnel, strategy?
I foresee Berekum Chelsea putting pressure on Medeama. As the assistant coach spoke about, they want goals, so they don't want to possess. They'll be sending the long balls. Medeama needs to calm down and then catch them on a counter. If they're able to do that, they may get a goal. But I foresee one of them winning.
Yeah. But how does Berekum Chelsea counter what Medeama have in store for them? The long balls have worked to perfection. We saw that long ball pass. Jonah came to the left and then sent in the cross. They got the redeeming goal. Are we going to see a continuation of that?
You have to stop the midfielders from getting the ball to the attackers. Looking at the pass from Salim Adams to Nkrumah, these are the kind of things that a player in Berekum Chelsea should find a way to stop it from the Medeama team. But to be honest, I agree with Coach. In the second 45 minutes, I think Berekum Chelsea is likely to get at least a goal in the second half. If there's a team who is likely to pick the maximum 3 points, it's Berekum Chelsea.
They have said that they want to get goals. They want to score goals. It looks like the idea for Coach Boedo is that let's try and open up. Let's get the goals. Let's win so that we better our lot in terms of the positions, in terms of the standing. Do you see any sense of that commitment on the part of Ibrahim Tanko? Do you think that he's going out there for the win?
That is the idea. Let's get the maximum 3 points. If not for that, we get 1 point. It's better than nothing. And that is what Medeama will like to do in the second half.
All right. Let's go back to the Golden City Park as Aliwa gets back into the goalpost. Second half underway. We'll join you again at full time.
That will get the maximum points here at their fortress in Berekum. First goal kick of the second half. Oforientry gets it away for Chelsea. Yalsei to take the throw in. Jack Pasu comes up worse after that collision with Augustine Henny.
Yeah, well, that was the ball. Henny just leaping to get to it, but in that process, you know, that left elbow there, I think it just tips, you know, Jakwasu in the face a bit. So much impact, though, but I never know. I think Jakwasu still remains on the turf.
Last season, Berekum Chelsea had a double over Medeama in the Premier League. They beat them 2-1 in Takwa with goals coming from Vincent Kluweje and Patrick Enso. And Kingsley Braye, who is in this game, scored in that fixture at the TNA. And at the Golden City Park on March the 17th, Chelsea beat Medeama at this venue by 2-1. Guess who scored? Now FC Smua striker and former Chelsea attacker Stephen Amankuna, and then now Asante Kotoko defender Zakaria Fuseni. Mubarak Yusuf scored for Medeama in that game. Yao said to take the free kick. He swings one in. Salim heads it down. Amu Mensah with a missed kick. Poor clearance by Ewa Mensah. Here is Salim Adams. Fouled by Abubakar Saidu. Free kick for Medeama.
Yeah, twice he attempted the nutmeg. Second time lucky for Salim Adams. The first one just couldn't go through, but the second one he gets it cleanly. And you could see the pull there by the goal scorer.
Berekum Chelsea have a former player of theirs, Kelvin Obin, coming in the game for Medeama. Salam goes in together with Kelvin Obin. They take the places of Derek Forjo and Kingsley Braye respectively. Kelvin Obin had a good time during his spell here in Berekum with Chelsea before joining Adriana, and then subsequently Medeama at the start of the second half of the season.
Yeah, they're still watching this game and they feel there's a chance to bag all maximum points.
Obin was actually injured. He got operated on. It's an awful one from Salim Adams. That's very much unlike Salim.
It's not the range, you know, a bit far away. You could see the proximity between where the ball lied and then also the goalpost. But he scored from even wider ranges. We saw that one
in Tema against Vision, where he scored for about 45 yards out.
Kennedy Mensah looking for Seydou Abubakar, and Jacob Amu Mensah is first to the ball. There's a challenge on Salim Adams by Kennedy Mensah, who is unhappy with the referee's call against him.
And referee Moro makes it clear, that outstretched elbow, and sometimes you just can't foul these players. To get that leap you want, you just need to extend it a bit. It's just normal, it's natural, it's a natural reaction. But, this time it looks like he attacks Adams, just didn't go in for that ball.
Here is Nkrumah. Five minutes into second half football here at the Golden City Park. Chelsea 1, Medeama 1.
It looks like Medeama, after those two substitutions, they still keep their shape though, with Kelvin Nkrumah playing at the left-hand side, Abdul Salam playing through the middle, and then also Kelvin being to the right-hand side. So it doesn't look like the system has changed that much. It's just the personnel and how they might be attacking.
Benjamin Abedu. Augustin Hene. Aiming at Marvin Owusu. Headed down by Yaosei. Here is Jonah Atukwe. Now Tinedu loses the ball to Mante. Mante sprinting forward onto the left-hand side. Here comes Kelvin Nkrumah for Medeama. He's up against Michael Ewa-Mensah. Good defending from Ewa-Mensah. Pushed down by Nkrumah. Free kick Chelsea. Clever defending from Michael Ewa-Mensah.
Yeah, it was soft, and you could see that smile on his face, a bit cheeky there. He knew, that force would come from Nkrumah, who just lost the ball, casually there.
Tinedu. Atukwe. Amu Mensah allows Mubarak Yusuf to tidy up after he realized he was a shade late. Now Jonah Atukwe for Chelsea. Marvin Owusu look for space. Augustin Hene. Here is Kennedy Mensah, swings in across, chance for Chelsea, and Atukwe has headed over the bar for a goal kick. Big chance for Chelsea to have gone on with the second.
Hey, wondering how he missed that. It was served on the platter for him. He made a perfect run behind that Medeama defense. He was all alone, but you're wondering the kind of technique he had wanted to head that ball with. It was a lovely, sweet cross onto his path. Just no one marking him at all. He had space, he had time. But just look at that. Again, with the back of his head, I think. Perhaps it would have been 2-1 if that had fallen to Marvin Owusu or even Abubakar.
Some impressive Chelsea display here. Abedu. Marvin Owusu for Chelsea. Looking for the space to drive. Shot blocked by Amu Mensah. Here is Owusu again. Now Jonah Atukwe. Chance for Chelsea. Good defending by Medeama. Fatal Sulemana combining well with his captain to slow down the Chelsea move. And Fatal goes down from the challenge of Kennedy Mensah. Free kick for Medeama.
And they've been left off the hook. That was a sigh of relief for Medeama. It should have been 2-1 now. It's all Chelsea in the second half. Again, that was a foul, the nutmeg, and now it looks like the Medeama players are having fun. Just saw one from Salim Adams this time, or Sulemana, but it was a big chance for Berekum Chelsea. So far, they've had so many touches in their Medeama box. And again, an important lead eluding them at this point.
Felix Chase delivery, headed down by Ewa-Mensah. Referee Osmani Moro whistles and decision has gone against Abdul Salam.
Yeah, he had to. No protest again from the player. He knows what he does. And it was quite an off-the-ball incident.
That's clumsy from Amu Mensah. It's so obvious. It's a silly foul to commit. And he's got himself to blame for that yellow card, Jacob Amu Mensah.
And now he becomes the third Medeama player to go into the referee's books again. A bit clumsy there. Just look at that. Just bumps into the player. And that was Abubakar Adams then. Just look at that.
No danger whatsoever in that area for Amu Mensah to have taken that risk. Very poor challenge that ends in a card. His colleagues are not happy he's taking the card.
Not at all. And together with Yawase, now that makes it 2 of the 4 defenders. And Medeama Kale is now in the referee's books. And you always talk about how it limits, you know, the flow of some of these players. It doesn't allow them to play like they want to, especially for a defender who would be, you know, launching into tackles and, you know, going for aerial duels and all that. Just one little mistake, and if you don't take care, it could be a send-up for you.
It goes over the bar. Samuel Tinedu's effort.
Yeah, again, that's a typical Salim Adams range, but this time, force for Tinedu was not able to make no good use of it.
Felix Chate's delivery. Flicked on by Kelvin Obin. Here is Augustin Henne for Chelsea. He's been impressive in that midfield for Chelsea, Augustin Henne. Abeidu looking for Atukwe. Headed down by Mubarak Yusuf. Here is Yaosei. Gets it further away. Salam has beaten Oxbourne to it, but it's some good defending from Michael Ewa Mensah.
Yeah, and quickly he swaps positions with Kelvin Obin due to his pace. You know, something that Kelvin Obin doesn't really have, and is not playing as that number 7 down the right-hand side of attack.
Interesting substitution. Rich Saki, a known central defender, is coming in for God knows Jack Pasu, a box-to-box midfielder. Tanko maybe just want some solidity in the middle of the park and at the back to further strengthen his team in the remaining minutes of the second half.
Yeah, maybe he might not want to alter that 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 formation, but he could also switch to a 3-back system depending on how the game goes.
Jonah Atukwe. Sulemana makes a mistake. Here is Anane, but Medeama defend well. Salim Adams, too much on that ball for Salam as he rose to for re-entry. Kennedy Mensah for Chelsea. Now Salim. Lovely ball to Kelvin Nkrumah. He's got the skill, the pace, and the confidence. Here is Nkrumah once again, twisting and turning around Kennedy Mensah. Kelvin Nkrumah tries to set up Salim. Back to Nkrumah. Tinedu for Chelsea. Looking for Marvin Owusu, but Yawase arrives first and allows the ball to roll outside for a throw into Medeama.
Yeah, we've seen Medeama also try the best, you know, to move into those dangerous areas, the third half, you know, through Kelvin Nkrumah. But it's been scrappy in midfield sometimes, not so smooth from both teams, and a bit bumpy at times. We saw that pass to Salim Adams where a good first touch would have really set up a golden opportunity for the midfielder.
It's a foul against Fatal Sulemana. Strong challenge on Prince Anane, the Chelsea's keeper.
Yeah, that was the ball again. The replay, you could see it again. Both players are stretching their arms, you know, the elbow towards each other's faces, and you're wondering how it ended up like that. And you know, I think that should have been a foul. You know, and free kick awarded to Medeama. You could see Prince Anani just knowing clearly, you know, Fatal just has that advantage, the height advantage.
Anani not paying attention on that occasion. Dreams FC back in the lead in Bechem. It's 2-1 against Bechem United. Razak Salifu scoring the second for Dreams on the 57th minute. But here at the Golden City Park, it's 60 minutes and it's Chelsea 1, Medeama 1.
That wouldn't be a good result for either side. You know, for Chelsea, they're still in the drop zone. You have Young Apostles in the lead. A couple of teams down there also leading in their respective games. And for Medeama, they should be looking at goal stars now.
Atukwe switches to Marvin Owusu. Abedu arrives, sends in a cross. And Abubakar Saidu coming so close for his second on the afternoon. Comes up with a bandage head after that earlier injury.
Yeah, and that's doubtless from the striker. He just wants to go in for that ball. He knows it's a dangerous area. He knows Che has the space covered, but he doesn't care at this point. He just wants to tuck that one in, but it was a lovely cross from the left-hand side by Abedu. Just a bit low. Yeah, he might not just favor using his left foot, but no, at least it was a good try, a fearless one.
Poor control by Prince Anani again.
The last couple of balls to Prince Anani hasn't really been utilized so well. Saw one ball into space, he failed, you know, to get onto, and this time another simple ball for him to just control, try to create something, and it's not happened for him.
At the Swedro Sports Stadium, it's All Blacks 3, 11 Wonders 0. Bibiani Gold Stars leading Samatex by 2-0 at the Dance Park in Bibiani. Holy Stars leading Aduana 1-0. Young Apostles 2, Vision FC 0. Hearts of Lions 0, Nations FC 1 in Bando. Big surprise.
Yeah, it is a surprise, but you know, if you look at the status quo in recent times, they've dropped crucial points there. You know, Aduana getting the 3 points there. You have Medeama getting the win over there as well. Gold Stars getting wind over there.
Fatal with clearance, looking for Kelvin Obin. Ewa Mensah flex it back to Ofori entry.
You know, one thing that's been missing from the game for Medeama has been their press, and it's not really allowed them to win any balls in the offensive third. They've looked flat whenever, you know, Chelsea tried to play out from the back.
Mubarak Yusuf to take the Medeama free kick from his own area, sends one into Chelsea territory. Samuel Tinedu's clearance. Fatal traps it down for Kelvin Nkrumah. Saidu Abubakar Anani with a poor touch. Ball cleared into the Chelsea box by Fatal. Oxbourne. Tinedu looking for the run of Marvin Owusu. It's cleared by Yao Say. Well controlled by Salim Adams. Now Rich Saki is trying to pick out Ose, but it's clever defending from Kennedy Mensah. Chelsea hand possession to Medeama again. Here is Salim Adams. It's a long one and it's straight to Ofori entry.
Yeah, we're still most of the action in a bit of Ted now, where it's just like we said, a bit untidy, a bit scrappy, and I don't know if it's down to the nature of the pitch where it becomes a bit bumpy whenever a pass is played.
Medeama now resorting to kicking the ball up high into Chelsea's area.
It's something we've not really seen them do, especially when they play at home. But you would say, yeah, maybe Chelsea would also love to play it that way. They are used to the pitch. It makes it easy for them, even though you can see it taking bubbles. It's so easy for them to pass the ball around.
Anani. Augustin Hene. So Prince Anani again. Goes past for Tau. Sends in a cross. Atukwe. Chance for Chelsea. And John Atukwe puts Berekum Chelsea into the lead here at the Golden City Park in Berekum. From a goal down, the Breebies have jumped into the lead. Courtesy Jonah Atukwe, and the fans have found their voices here at the Golden City Park. Wild jubilations. It's Chelsea 2, Medeama 1 on 65 minutes at the Golden City Park.
Breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking from Chelsea. They're showing so much hunger and desire. They've done everything right in this game. They've gone down, they've leveled up, they've come back to take the lead for the first time in this game. They've just done everything right, and it's just overwhelming. You can see the stands rocking, and just look at that. Jonah Atukwe, the first start doesn't help him, but then again he finds some luck. The ball just right behind him, it falls right in front of him, but then it's all the hard work from Anani from the right hand side. The initial shot being cleared, you can see the not being cleared properly, but then he just had to take it for a second time. Just look at that with the left foot down the left hand side, no chance for Felix Shea. There's no way he's saving that, but all credit to Anani.
Good connection by Jonah Atukwe on his left foot. It's a charged atmosphere here at the Golden City Park. They truly needed these fans. That's why they opened the gates free of charge for them to turn up, and they're rewarding them with some impressive display.
Yeah, they have to. You ask yourself, what's money compared to life? They needed that Premier League live. They needed to stay alive in the Premier League, and that's why they had to just open the floodgates for all these fans to troop in, and it's paying dividends for them. They wouldn't care what they're losing. What matters most is that they remain in the Premier League for the 2026-27 season.
Free kick for Medeama. Salim Adams line up forward. Salim goes for the short pass. Plan didn't work out to perfection.
Yeah, and I'm sure after the game, Ibrahim Tanko could tell you that this is one of the most difficult away games he's played this season. Nothing seems to be working out for him. It's so difficult now. We saw just one moment of brilliance, and that was when we saw Salim Adams feed Calvin Nkrumah with that delightful pass, and since then, nothing has really gone for them.
Berekum Chelsea have won 9 games at the Golden City Park. Confirmation of Atukwe as the goal scorer. Chelsea have drawn 3 times and only lost 2 times at this venue, and they only lost to Asante Kotoko and Hardzobok, who beat them 2-0. Wayo and Hamza Issa scoring, and Kotoko also beat them 1-0 here. They've gone on to win 9 and drawn 3 times, and now the lead, Medeama, the league leaders, by 2-1 with some 22 minutes to go from the Golden City Park.
It's a deserved, lead they have here.
Abedu clears the ball away. Chelsea have won their last 4 home games and drawn 1. What it means is that out of 5, they've won 4 times and drawn once in their last 5 games. They've scored 18 goals at the Golden City Park so far this season and considered just 7 goals at this venue, Chelsea.
And this is the famous Golden City Park. You remember the days where they used to play, in the CAF Champions League right on this turf.
Mano Mante with a drive cleared away by Mensah.
It used to be a fortress for them, and today you can feel the stadium back, you know, to life again. You can feel it, you know, every breath being taken, every sound here. You know, I think it's one of the things that's really helped them, you know, to overcome Medeama at this point.
Yao says throw into Mante. He gets the cross in. Pushing, spotted by referee Osman Moro. Free kick for Medeama, and Salim disagrees, surprised about the decision.
That's Rich Saki not so happy, yeah. And I don't know, since he came on, it's not really been, you know, smooth for them. We saw him grappling to find his footing before that goal was scored, and that was it again. You could see Rich Saki right in the frame there, and you could see, just look at Amo slips there, no chance at all. And you know, every time they concede, you just look at the defenders, and it's just down to an awful defender. And yeah, they'll be doing it for him, obviously. They just have to do it for him.
"70 minutes at the Golden City Park in Berekum. Chelsea 2, Medeama 1. All to play for in the remaining 20 minutes. If the results in BBN stay same as Gold Stars cruise to that 2-0 win, and Medeama unable to equalize and even go on to win this game, their 5-point lead will be cut to 2, leading into match day 32 this weekend. The play against Holy Stars and Gold Stars will not be playing because Hoho United are no more in the Premier League. Interesting times ahead.
Nervy times, very nervy times there. I don't know, but you just don't write scripts like this.
Nkrumah, he invited the tackle, he wanted the foul, and Imoro Osman, the referee, has just given it.
Yeah, and that's why someone Bueno is fuming at this time. It happened right before him, right before Osman as well. And, you know, to Bueno, that's no foul at all, but you can see, right, he was impeded there. And whenever you're dealing with Calvin Nkrumah, it's either you win it fair and square or you foul him.
Medeama coming up with 2 substitutions. Emmanuel Owusu and Prince Owusu coming in to replace Yao Osei and Kelvin Nkrumah. Nkrumah scored the opening goal for Medeama. That goal seemed to have charged the Chelsea guys to turn up the heat on Medeama. Decent game for Nkrumah.
Not a bad game for the young chap.
Salim. Wayward effort from Salim. Salim Adams. So now let's get to the clarification of the number of goals Salim has scored this season. He scored 11 goals actually, but a lot of portals credited him with 12 goals because on that match day 1 fixture against Nations FC, Abdul Salam's goal was credited to him. They went on to win that game 2-1 after Emmanuel also had scored, but actually Salim has scored twice against Gold Stars, once against Chelsea, once against us, twice against Vision, twice against Kotoko, 1 against Wonders, 1 against Bechim, 1 against Adriana, making it 11 goals for Salim Adams this season.
Yeah, that's still an awful lot for a central midfielder.
Here is Salim. Effort is straight to Oforienchi.
And you're expecting, if you're Ibrahim Tanko, you're expecting that moment of magic again. What we saw in the 11th minute in this game, where he just had to, you know, carve open the Chelsea defense with one lovely pass. We've not really seen that again.
You know, Anani was a bit off color before that move ending that assist for the Chelsea second goal. He was about to be substituted by Buedu, but he was left in the game because he made that move. But here comes Medeama. Emmanuel Owusu can't pick out Prince Owusu. Abedu finds Augustin Hene. Hina finds Tinedu. Amu Mensah will take possession from Tinedu. Now Salim drives one from a distance onto the head of Ewa Mensah. And it's Oxbourne who got the final header, but Oforienchi can't keep that one. It's a corner to Medeama.
Yeah, at least that shot ends there with corner kick. It was from a distance here, right inside the center circle. He shoots that. He knows he has it, but you just question why they're not able to move the ball forward. It's been so difficult for them to advance the ball in the second half. We've not seen quite a lot, in the offensive third for Medeama, and perhaps that's why we've seen Salim shooting the balls from such long distances.
Corner for Medeama. Prince Owusu to take it for the Mauve and Yellow. Prince Owusu bends one in. It's dicey, but it's punched away by Oforienchi. Here is Salim Adams. Manuel Mante. Good ball to Prince Owusu. He's got Tinedu to beat. He turns and shoots. And he goes way over the bar for a goal kick. 75 minutes. Chelsea 2, Medeama 1.
And that's why they brought him in, Prince Owusu. Again, an off-the-ball incident there. But just look at the way you have numbers at the back for Berekum Chelsea. At this point, they know that they have to defend with every single Berekum Chelsea player. And, that's even making it more daunting for Medeama Sporting Club to break them down. There are numbers everywhere. They are doubling up on every single Medeama attacker, and at that point, you would even think Prince Owusu had very little space to finesse that one. There was nowhere he was going to get a clean hit, or even just dive that one on target.
Vision FC have pulled one back in Wenchi. Is Young Apostles 2, Vision 1. It's 2 goalless at the Accra Sports Stadium between Azabok and Karela. But look at that pass from Salim. Defense splitting, lovely control by Nkrumah, and a composed finish from the winger.
Yeah, and that was the second one as well. Well worked goal. They took their time. They had to do it right. And just look at that ball, to find Jonah to play at the far post. It does well to hang on, but then it was the finish for me. So, yeah, he had to make up for that awful first touch with a lovely finish.
Chelsea coming up with 2 substitutions. Vincent Klu Ejay and Richard Osei will go in for Anani. And then Samuel Tinedu. Anani will get a standing ovation and a round of applause from the fans.
He's worked the socks off.
He has. He has.
He's really been a bull, down the line for the Berekum Chelsea. He's played with so much energy and speed.
Here is Vincent Klu Ejay, very skillful. He shoots into Mante. Kennedy Mensah's cross. Header again. It's a brilliant save by Felix Che. Jonah Tukwe nearly handing Chelsea the 3rd goal, but for the sharp reflexes of Felix Che, it would have been 3-1. Good cross from Mensah. Lovely header by Atukwe.
Yeah, but he does well to get in front of the defender. He knows he's diminutive. Just look at that. And that was some lazy defending by Mubarak. Just unaware of who is just lurking around. And it was, you look at the height advantage, and Jonah Tukwe doesn't have it, but he shows so much desire to win it. And just from the blind side of Mubarak. I think Che does well there. Does so well.
Owusu's delivery is a poor cross from Marvin Owusu. Medeama 56 points, 15 wins, 11 draws and 4 defeats. They've now scored 44 goals and conceded 22, Medeama. in 14 away games. Medeama have won 4 times and drawn 7 times. They've suffered just 3 defeats away. With 11 more minutes to go, their 4th away defeat is staring at them. Oh, we saw the through pass but can't get to Salam. Too much on it. No precision on that ball for Salam.
Yeah, but it's the awareness to close it down, to close down the space. So quick by the Chelsea defense. Now they are sniffing for any sign of danger just to react to.
Sake. Now Abeidu. Augustin Henne. Kennedy Mensah. Abubakar Saidu. Late to the ball. Final touch of Abu Mensah. 80 minutes, 10 more minutes to go. Chelsea leading Medeama 2-1 here in this high-stakes encounter at the Golden City Park.
For Medeama, they'll be looking at this game and feeling, we've not done enough. We've just not punched above our weight. Yeah, but you also give credit to the Chelsea team for how they set up, how they played it. It's all about the mindset, knowing that we don't want to go down. There's a side that's tasted glory in this league about a decade before, and they understand what it means to play amongst the elite at the stage. They've done everything right in this game, and if you're a fan of Berekum Chelsea, you do nothing but doff your hat off, to these boys, and you ask them to repeat this in the next home game again, because they will want certainly more of the same.
Jonah Tukwe scored in that 2-1 win over Hearts of Lions. Gave them maximum points. Will this goal hand Chelsea maximum points with some 8 more minutes to go here from the Golden City Park? $13 wins for Medeama, 13 wins for Chelsea, 6 draws, 30 goals scored by Medeama, in 32 scored by Chelsea in their overall meetings. Too close to call between these two.
It is. It's too tight. Then it comes down to the fine margins now to separate them. But I think for Coach Samuel Boedu, perhaps he could have a good sleep in a long time. Today with that tactical masterclass, where he's been able to outwit the position manager, with his subs and everything, how this team has played.
Ewa Mensah with the clearance away. Now Jonah Tukwe controls, but Mubarak Yusuf will allow his goalkeeper Felix Che to come out for it. Mubarak accidentally bumped into Atukwe. Nothing deliberate in there by Mubarak Yusuf.
It's so hard to judge when both players are in motion, especially accelerating at this point. You could see what Jonah Atukwe was trying to do. He knows he would accelerate faster. It was just Mubarak putting his body in the way a bit. Knowing that if Jonah Atukwe should go past him, then it could be trouble. But you feel Che was also there on alert to just deal with that one, just collect it.
Apostles extend their lead as 3-1 in Wenchi. Jacob Mensah. Vincent Klueje. He's so difficult to deal with. When he's in his elements, he's unplayable.
Yeah, it looks like he's gradually just warming himself into it. And at that point, he just didn't even hear the whistle go. He's one of the players who was so quick, lightning fast, and he accelerates at a very, very fast pace as well. You could see a tired Sulemana coming up against a very fresh, Clue Ajay.
Ofori entries delivery, aiming at Abubakar Saidu. Amu Mensah wins it for Salim, who finds Iman No Owusu. Owusu and Hine in some very nasty exchanges. Not sure referee saw any of that.
No, not at all. It's just similar to what we saw between Mubarak and then also Jonah Tukwe. Just look at that, both players, and that's a bit nasty by, Prince Owusu. Just trying to hit the player, but yeah, it starts there. And just look at that. No, come on. No, that's just wrong. That's just so wrong and unsportsmanlike from Emmanuel Owusu. We just try to hit him. And
highly unacceptable. The referee sees it from what I've seen. He certainly gets into the books.
Yeah, of course. And you would always need the benefit of the replay to see that. But I think Emmanuel Owusu should know better. He should be doing better.
Kelvin and Chroma stepping up for Medeama for that opener. But Chelsea, they were piling pressure in. At this point, Jonah Tukwe knew he couldn't score. It was only a cutback that could do. Poor first touch, but he aided him into a very good finish. Anani did great with this ball. Jonah Tukwe took his time on his left foot. Felix Che can only look on.
Yeah, and for a moment, that was an easy ball to clear. That was just an easy ball to clear. He just mistimes it, doesn't get anything on it, allowing it to bounce right in front of Jonah Tukwe, who would punish you, from that distance.
Substitutions, Marvin Owusu and Abubakar Saidu out for William Bediaku and Kofi Amuzu Johnson. So Johnson in for Abubakar, score off that very, very important equalizer. Salim shoots and it flies away, way over the bar.
It's like about the fifth time we've seen him shoot from that range, and none of these shots has managed to even test Eric Ofori and train post for Berekum Chelsea this afternoon. Just not his day, and he sum it up collectively, and I don't think they've done enough. Maybe they'll be looking at this game and feel, yeah, we didn't really do much, because it looks like Berekum Chelsea wanted it more than Medeama did.
'87 minutes. Slight showers already pouring down in Berekum. Richard Osei's delivery. William Bediaku. He puts it behind Abedu, and it's left for Prince Owusu to chase. Owusu goes down from the challenge of Bediaku. He needed to track back because he had given the ball away, Bediaku William.
Yeah, at this point, you don't care how you bring down that player, you just have to bring him down, and that's what he does.
Abedu beats with Saki to it, and he's fouled by Saki. Free kick for Chelsea.
Yeah, and interesting to note that advanced row for Saki. He's just bumping forward. Now, we're thinking he would be, lined up in between Mubarak and then also Amu Mensah, but he's being given an advanced row, a bit defensively We've seen him adding up to the numbers as Medeama desperately search for that equalizer.
Berekum Chelsea will next host Dreams FC here at the Golden City Park on match day 32. And Medeama will be away to Holy Stars. Jacob Amu Mensah. Clever play to Mane. Back to Mensah. He gives the ball away cheaply. William Bediako. Hansen shows 5 minutes of additional time. Johnson's effort is straight to Che.
That was a bad effort from Johnson. That first ball to him just didn't really go the way he had wanted. He had to bring that one back into play. But that was a low, feeble shot. They are just giving away too many fouls now, just slowing the tempo for them. It's not really helping them for a team chasing the game.
Free kick taken, Sulemana heads it down. Here is Chloe J. He wants to take on Sulemana, shows confidence, but heavy touch on that ball. We're into the first minutes of the 5 additional minutes. Jonah Tukwe for Chelsea. He shoots from a distance. He takes the deflection of Rich Saki and it's a corner. Chelsea in the groove.
Yeah, and that's all down to the fact that Medeama Sporting Club are just gifting them too many balls, too many errors, trying to play that ball infield. And, it just lands to Jonah Tukwe. Just decides to hit that one from a distance. And he nearly benefited from that, wicked deflection.
Jonah Tukwe swings in the corner, hooked away by Mubarak. Oxbourne. Johnson. Now Atukwe. Abeidu. Medeama in possession now. Emmanuel Owusu with a poor pass, stopped by Oxbourne. Gives it away, but Salim with a poor touch. Now Mante to Owusu. Mante. They hand possession to William Bediako. Free kick for Chelsea. Oforienchi's ball in. We've done 3 minutes of the additional 5. We're into the final 2 minutes. Anywhere will do for Gaston Hene.
Yeah, since getting that yellow card, he's really been disciplined. Afterwards, he's really played so well. His partnership with Tine Duet. Interestingly, they've picked some interesting battles.
Felix Che call to action, but the danger is not completely out for Medeama. Here is Chloe J. Now Salim, poor board, looking for Salam.
And Chelsea should be 3-1 up. No, by the quality of chances that they've created, we're dealing with advanced statistics. That you'll be talking about the XG, being more than 3 in this game. Seen some decent chances for the, to the attackers, and a 2-1, yeah, it's a win nonetheless. But I think if they had been clinical in front of goal, we should be looking at a 3-1, 4-1 scoreline in this game.
Final seconds of stoppage time. Medeama pushing for a late equalizer. Prince Owusu, Emmanuel Owusu, Rich Saki. Saki sends in a cross away by Oxbourne. Here is William Bediako, and referee Imoro Osman brings proceedings to an end here at the Golden City Park. The final whistle being greeted with so much excitement by the home faithful here. The Breebies back to winning ways. Survival chances very much alive. They came from a goal down after Kelvin and Nkrumah had put Medeama ahead. Saidu Abubakar grabbed the equalizer before the break. And back from recess, Jonah Atukwe got the much needed winner that hands Chelsea 3 maximum and precious points as an aim to keep their status in the Premier League. For Medeama, what this means is that their 5-point lead at the summit has been cut to 2 going into the round of 32 matches. It's full-time here at the Golden City Park in Berekum. Berekum Chelsea 2, Medeama Sporting Club 1.
Me do what it's and me go who near open. And then open here. It's natural spices. It's natural spices. I do one more and my Adriane ed. I feel a body and Sanwa Casano. A bit is garlic. Akikadro, rosemary, printia, and a nutmeg, and a face so pepper, and a modia fry. And chinim, a citrinim, and mejinim, 80 way dear, a natural ancasa. Free mom is sakat, it's natural spices. Me and Yamunya Dianipio. Mawanemo to a free say your garlic and ginger, jollof rice, stewed curry powder, and a chicken and beef seasoning. 6 natural spices. Natural FDA, Ashisha Matia to Musa
The best part of going home is family.
Sit up. Hot pepper sauce, spicy. Bona yete, Lizzie, oh Lizzie. Lizzie Shito. Lizzie Shito. The Shito is Shito. Lizzie Shito over fail.
Please, can I take some to school tomorrow?
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy and Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy.
For bulk purchase, kindly contact 050-168-3344. This advert is FDA approved.
Ghana fie biemu. Emunye duane kek eye busia eni jeni nkabo.
Me a Ghana ni mapa. Ame fa mejume ni agro kra. Me do sultana rice ye pa. Eyiyi mako mako. Edemufua. Na ne denso die. Wo be die di biem.
Na wonwa sultana rice o jollof nu ebe jollof e o fried rice ne die apebi ebe fried rice yankasa sultana rice eye kewa cracky
one of them besrafo na mbenfo come for sultana Vietnamese rice mo biaro oye mu bia nanu see do oyi koko o mezi bani biara ne do o danso
ayama emafra empenifo abatampa eni obiara
sultana rice eye de papa side de Vietnamese my nyina
anusio yede ubedie fili.
Yawa sultana Thai, me Vietnamese.
FDA added gradient criteria yatom.
Everybody knows acrobato. And if you know acrobato, it means you know M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic. As an international journalist and actor, my health is my priority. M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic is my pillar in terms of my health. Let's hear
what others are saying about endpoint homeopathic clinic. Sister, please, let him talk to you. Who will be careful endpoint one?
Chesena me ankasa me period na say problem is room. Ntina ma wo ho idea ma me papa chesena nya asem ketewa. Na me kwan point no mo hwe me mogya mu no mo hwe bibia na so mo meduro me fae no ene ma won kra me nu foforo kwa na me kwan mu a eba. Ti ani je dia ba fie pa.
You heard everything yourself.
Me ma me no adwodwo eda ho a wontumi nante. And then call endpoint or mama nura and then the white dear what me sorry ananti.
That's endpoint for you. Of Roberto. Hello. Hey, what chair? Okay. A free bra with the endpoint what dance. I'm a choir no. Me Johnson say my name Koye and person my name and then Megina Sabema. Now me be here for the one in Jarisa. You heard everything. I have secret. Endpoint is my secret. Endpoint homeopathic clinic. I'm free. Please.
Someone say yo. My cat they use Kojak quality oral care product. Today Kojak charcoal toothpaste. None of most my head. Fanano ma'am.
Hey, Mrs. Aquano. Oh no. Now won't take Kojak P&F toothpaste. Any of my mouthwash no. Ye free hanum say ya kona ko pebito. Esan sen ho nya nakra. E bo wo mo se tai fenfen mo se de ye wona.
Ane. E fa won se endi agrokra. E free say ebetumi aha wodachi. Ni senti ni di Kojak oral care abedwaso ne demonstration. Kojak charcoal toothpaste, Kojak regular fluoride toothpaste, Kojak P, any Kojak F toothpaste, and then the mouthwash no. To sumrekana koja wodie, if we say Kojak niema die, eye quality keke. Upe biato a wubenya bi wo Ranko Pharmacy eye Kojak for retail pharmacy wo East Legon American House. UBA Bank no nchen hwa. FDA agi edwadie nkratu yi atum.
Auntie Julie. Cause. Mami jollof and no chicken no 50 Ghana cedis. Okay. Afe so, mami amoni ugo stew no so 80 Ghana cedis. Afe woni bibi, mami one pesi any beef stew no so 80 Ghana cedis.
And no ye 80. Okay.
Na mami banku ne nkuma, ni nyina mami nye bebre, na ni nyina enye 70 Ghana cedis. Afe so,
Madam, aden, e dan no nko na wo to ana.
Ediane no eye dedodo. Taste no eye deep. A secret filler B.
Secret filler no Aljoda seasoning powder. Aljoda seasoning powder. Ever flavors baby. Goat flavor wa hot.
Beef flavor, spaghetti flavor, Aljoda spices.
Aljoda seasoning powder. Taste no deep.
FD GPL katui atu.
So I wouldn't do ready there and so. And see a pretty fear hanging now. Say pretty boy then. And it's the custom wire then.
Yeah, cafes, you're very into boy, they are to paint a painted.
That will be answer. Top coat paint. Nick what the fuck? What the crabby would be painted, sir? And we move as you move, yes, yeah. Top coat paint.
It's paint papa pass ho.
And that notice ka ko to paint passa passa di ejuma. E so to ya na ni na hore.
Barabara. Top coat paint. We are heavy.
Top coat paint. We ye mu pepe.
Delicious. What's your secret?
Palmac powdered tomatoes.
This advert is FDA approved.
Malaria Mini mebusia die, Katef na to malaria say. Katef ye on a syrup and any tablets.
Shusha Mojam Guru say when your malaria more way the answer one medroy.
say the pomodena ba malaria jane.
Katef, yeah, that was you.
Carter, Apomodia, and Master Snapper. When so free GB Farmer.
And my time, our mom for any a pem for dear, as I say, will be someone doctor and son one medre. Bon homodia so by a malaria test and son one medre. And young man call our mom brobusominsia. Someone on the Namienu, no one to our come doctor.
FDA Aji Ejadian Kratui Atom.
Mommy, I'm hungry. Oh.
Hungry? I'm starving.
So today, both of you are hungry at the same time? When Ghanaian children say I'm hungry, it means they want something serious. That is why I keep Oba Gari Soakings mix. Gari, milk, sugar, granules, everything inside one pack. No stress. And it's made right here in Ghana.
Mommy, you've not finished talking, but I'm already happy.
Hey, this one there, Oba is serious.
I want some more Oba Gari Soakings mix.
Mommy, I love you.
Oba Gari Soakings mix. When you know your family, you know what to give them. Oba Gari die. Obedisa.
Mommy, ask more.
This advert is FDA approved.
The head coach of Berekum Chelsea, Samuel Bodu. Coach, this is a massive win for you. First of all, how would you assess the performance of your boys this afternoon?
Thank you very much, and I'll thank the supporters of the Berekum and all the Berekum supporters around the globe. Then it was a very difficult game since, as you said, the Medeama was in the good shape. They are the league leaders, and we too, we are struggling at the back there. So we decided not to lose this match at all costs. We have to win this match so that we can lift ourselves up.
Of course. Now, I mean, 3 points here. Next 3 games will be crucial for you. How would you approach that one?
Yeah, we approach it at match after match. I know that with the next game, with the dreams, it won't be easy as well then. And we hope that with our boys, we have to correct 1 or 2 things so that when it comes to the Sunday, we need to win that match. Massively. Sorry.
Okay. Now the fans say I should ask you a question. They're asking, why can't the boys produce this kind of performance every week?
Sometimes, the players in the first round we were struggling. During the second round, we tried to beef up with 1 or 2 players, and we varied the tactics, and it does help us during the second round.
Coach, thank you very much, and we wish you the best in your subsequent games. Samuel Bodu, he is the head coach of Berekum Chelsea. They've won this afternoon by 2-1. Ibrahim Tanko will join me shortly. This is a massive win for Berekum Chelsea, and also changes the color of the title race. Ibrahim Tanko, head coach of Medeama, has joined me. Coach, commiseration to you, defeat on the road. What do you think went wrong this afternoon?
No, I think we made a lot of unusual mistakes, and in looking at the nature of the pitch, definitely the pitch did not help us. But nevertheless, I think I'll congratulate them, for winning.
This changes the complexion of the title race because Gold Stars won and they've cut the point back to 2. Does that put pressure on you and the boys?
No, I said it always. It's going to be a pressure till the last day. So let's concentrate on the next game.
Of course. Now, what needs to change going into the next game?
No, we just only lost this game. I think last 5 minutes we just lost only this one. So we don't have to panic. We have to go and look at the video and then correct our mistake to face the next game.
Wish you the very best in your subsequent games as well. Ibrahim Tanko, head coach of Medeama. Now, the most valuable player in today's game, Kofi Osborne, is also joining me. Kofi, the race actually ended, so let me just drop this one. You have won man of the match in today's game. What do you think accounted for your performance? Okay, what do you think affected your performance for you to perform this well?
Papa, managers, you'll be supporting me, Mamma Bobono. Mechanic said both teams were participating hardly, but we thank God I won man of the match. A player gave me pass to even to do whatever I did for you to saw me. So I would say it's by God.
Now, Ade na performance we na put up and week in week out. Yeah, who say and on a fast they can say performance near strong.
And the game we determined because you share league na position I dano. And yet, Anthony determined say by all means, the because we back from Bia. And I thank God say more choose me as man of the match. We were 22 even changes bet. Thank God say more choose me man of the match.
All right. Yes, we that's it. Pa Ewa Hanum. Kofi, you better was say man of the match, most valuable player in today's game. Kofi Turnip Osborne. This is why we call it a wrap with today's show here at the Golden City Park.
Oh, it's interesting. I wish I was in Berekum at the Golden City Park. It brought back a lot of memories. I remember some of the tough games we had to cover back in the day. Max TV giving the production the best of the quality that it had once upon a time. And we had some massive experiences in Berekum back in the day. Today we can sit and laugh about it because we've also played our part. Anyway, welcome back into the studios. Thank you very much for your patience and your time. So Berekum Chelsea have decorated themselves with 3 golden undiluted points at the expense of the league leaders. We all made comments about the game, halftime, and of course, pair observations. And Coach Tanko rightly said it, the pitch, not the best. Not the best. We could have seen a much better game. And obviously the visitors who don't have a clear picture and a clear understanding of the terrain really suffered in the game. Coach, 90 minutes.
Well, I think I have to congratulate Berekum Chelsea. They were determined to win the game, and for me, that is a plus for them. You could clearly see from their players that 50-50 balls, long balls, try to cover spaces. They were all over the place. And I think that the Medeama players, especially their 2 centre-backs, also let them down. A simple clearance, they couldn't do it. Decision-making, communication, they were poor. Let me put it that way. Medeama were poor today, but congratulations to Berekum Chelsea. But on the other hand, I think that the club licensing board seriously need to look at this pitch again. It's on TV, and the whole world is watching. And when you have such a pitch, for a Ghana Premier League, I don't think it is good.
I think sometimes to the clubs will also help. You know, the Shodo Sports Stadium was bad just like this. But today we played the semi-final stage of the MTN FA Cup in Shodo.
No, but who gives them? Who gives them the authority to play on?
They built a new dressing room in Shodo before the start of the
new season. The point is that who gives them the authority to play on?
Pando was bad.
So if
Dr. Randiabe worked on it. So sometimes,
if the clubs do not work on their pitch and it's bad, do you give them a license to play on? I don't think the clubs give themselves license to play on the pitch.
So in other words, the club licensing failed.
Of course, they have to. It's not a matter of checking the pitches before the start of the season till the end of the season. No, this thing on TV is very bad. How do you analyze this? How do you talk about how do you see a player on this?
You know, coach, when the club licensing decide to go straight to the kind of thing they are looking for,
then we should stop
to
playing.
Allow teams to use their home venue. The venues will be like 2 or 3.
No. Let me tell you. When you go to TNA, you have a very good pitch.
Yeah.
Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex, you have a very good pitch. You go to Century, you have a very good pitch. Accra Sports Stadium is there. Papa Ela is there. Pando is there. About 6 pitches.
But their role
Nana, stop it. Alone. Nana, stop that. This pitch, let's condemn it. And we should stop those things. It's very bad on TV. The game that you watch, were you happy about it? Let's be honest with ourselves.
It did not give a true reflection.
In as much as Berekum Chelsea were determined, sending the long balls, fighting,
despite all that.
But the pitch, for me, it doesn't call for a football. It doesn't call for football. We want to see our national teams progress. We want to see our players do well. And you play on such a pitch. What are you telling me?
That is what I'm saying. The club should also help.
You watch this on TV?
2 seasons ago, he cannot play in Kwando. He went there. But this particular season, the story is different. So they have to work on it before.
Even
for the Golden City Park, I remember when Berekum Chelsea qualified to play in Africa, massive work was done on this pitch.
Nana,
look at Doma.
Nana, you want clubs?
Look at Betim.
You want clubs to work on them. 100% support with you. And I'm saying that if it is not done, what do the authorities do? Do you allow them to play on the pitch? That's what I'm talking about.
Because again, I see where coach is coming from, especially when we are taking the lives or the legs, as it were, of these footballers at risk. Because an awkward bounce, an awkward twist, and it could spell doom for the individual. But that notwithstanding, I mean, points build up at the top of the table has been cut to two. Tanko believes that there will always be pressure, and he's kept saying it with each and every passing match. He said, as for the pressure, it will be there. But Nana, in your humble opinion, what does this loss mean? I mean, obviously, it's positive news for BBNE because they won, and so they've closed the cap again. But we still have about 4 or so matches to go. What does this loss mean to the top of the table and then to the others that are coming forward? BBNE have now cut the chase. Accra Hearts of Oak could not win, you know, plus other factors.
Friends, I said this even before the start of the game, that if Medeama pass this particular test, their chance of winning the winning Premier League is about 85 to 90%. So I knew Berekum Chelsea were eager to get the maximum 3 points. At this stage, you need at least 45 points to guarantee your stay in the Ghana Premier League. Any team that has not gotten 45 points at this stage will have to fight for more points to survive in the Premier League.
Wow.
45 points.
Okay. It's going to make the job of the other teams a lot more tougher. And also we're going to see a lot more competitiveness or otherwise in terms of the remainder of the league. But coach, clearly this game has showed us that things can change for a team. One, depending on the grounds they play on. And then two, sometimes other factors such as home support, etc., etc. We all agree that the field played a woeful negative part in today's encounter. Apart from that, free gates were open for Berekum Chelsea. They wanted to tell a story, and at the end of the day, they've told a story.
Well, I believe that...
And again, not forgetting the fact that 3 points is golden for them.
I agree.
At the Golden
I
City
agree
Park.
that supporters play a key role
in
a team's victory in a game. And for me, I think that opening the gates free for supporters to come, I also urge them to promote their games because they didn't do bad today.
Yes.
They fought for
game.
the 3 points.
Exactly.
And you could clearly see from Samuel Bodu, the coach, from the blast of the whistle to the end of the whistle, he was on his feet, issuing instructions. You watch the captain, you watch Benjamin Abedu. I mean, every player of Berekum Chelsea was determined to kill the game. Though they went down by a goal, they came back to equalize and went ahead.
Hard.
And for me, that is a plus for them. On the part of Medeama, I think that the mental toughness of Medeama players should be there because in as much that the pitch is no good, there should be a plan B.
Sure.
And if you have a plan B and
we
the
didn't
pitch
see
is no
that
good,
determination.
because in terms of defending, you were poor. And you were missing second balls in midfield. So you could clearly see that at the point you realize I was telling you that the midfield of Berekum Chelsea are dominating the midfield of Medeama.
We actually didn't see the midfield of Medeama.
Of course, because they wanted to play, they wanted to pass. And Chelsea were not...
That is why Tinedu's partner won the man of the match.
You see, they were sending the long balls. They were going in for the 50-50 balls. And they were all over the place. And whilst Medeama wanted to... The two strikers that Medeama brought on, what was their contribution? Salam, Adam, and of course, Kevin Obin.
They even added Prince Owusu from the wings.
Zero, because there was no supplies from the midfield to the strikers. It was all long balls to them. And the one Mensah at the center back did a yeoman's job on Kevin. He was totally out. Salam was totally out. In as much as I admit that, look, the field failed Medeama. You go into a game not only because of the field, you should have a plan B if the field. And I believe that their defensive organization today was very bad. Their communication was bad. Their awareness of the Medeama 2 centre backs was bad. The 2 goals that they conceded were from their point where they were supposed to defend their line. For Felix Che, he did his part. He made some brilliant saves.
He did.
But I think that Medeama have themselves to blame by losing this game.
All right. Well, it's done and dusted. The 3 points are staying in Berekum, which means Medeama will have to come back and fight hard. Let's take a look at full-time results from the other venues. So Berekum Chelsea beat Medeama by 2 goals to 1.